And I recall his dream. The memory of the guy that was set up as a hero. The story of a knight whose end came at a place I can't reach. This hill is his world. This desolate land is what the man who kept on fighting for others obtained.
Heart.
I guess he smiled and died in satisfaction in this place.
One second. So Naya, thanks for the 7 months.
Thanks, Sola. You're funding my beer habits.
Yeah, Jake and I just traded the same $20 back and forth on Venmo. It kills me.
Here's some beer, here's an FGO pull, here's some beer. Also, hello Mike, hello Mars, thanks for coming. While we're pausing. He's seriously stupid. That's right, it just makes me mad. He tried his best, worked hard even though he's an ordinary person, and finally obtained a miracle with his blood. Then it'll be a lie unless he becomes happy.
Tropical, please. Okay.
If he made many people happy, he should become happier than all of those people combined. But he didn't receive such a reward. What he obtained in its place was the fate to be summoned as a guardian after his death. That's right. Why didn't I realize that simple fact? The guardians are summoned into every age. Doesn't that conversely mean they're summoned from every age? From the present and the past. Heroic spirits can be summoned from the future. Pulling out the graph!
We haven't seen this in a while.
Since guardians are pushed into a seat away from the time axis, the concept of time doesn't exist for them. As soon as one becomes a heroic spirit, they sublimate into something other than what they used to be when they were human. Then, it is possible for a guardian to be summoned into the place and age they lived in when they were alive. It's vexing when I think about it. It's because neither of them is saved. The one that watches his previous self. The one that watches his eventual self. They'll both be hurt by the gulf between them. I know the end of this big idiot who tried to be of help to others. He became a guardian by choice. He thought that it would be great if he could keep saving people even after he died. He couldn't save people when he was alive because he was powerless, but he believed he could avert every tragedy as a heroic spirit. Thinking so, he made a contract with the world, gave his body after his death, and saved 100 or so people. He believed that he'd be able to save more, tens of thousands of people after his death. But such hope was betrayed. Heroic spirits are summoned only into hell. They appear only when the world's about to be destroyed by people. Humans are beings that will perish from their own doings. So, the process of destruction must always be the same. He was summoned only into these hells. In the land of death, where the ones he wanted to save were already dead, he killed even more humans. The boy who stated he just doesn't want to see anyone cry could only see crying humans forever. There's only one thing I can say. He's been betrayed by many things. And in the end, he was betrayed by the only thing he believed in, his ideal. I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades. Unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons. Yet, those hands will never hold anything. So, as I pray, unlimited Bladeworks. That is the only spell given to him. What is that? I'm so mad that I want to hit him and scold him.
Oh.
What a fucking curveball. Ah. Well, I guess it's your narrating, right? That's how we've done this?
Yeah, let me,
Fucking oopsie. How was I to know? Of all the things to have been secretly written narrating?
Yeah, so earlier there was a line about calling someone stupid, and I was like, I don't think Emiya would call, Archer stupid. I was
I said like big stupid idiot, and I was like, what? I've never said that word.
I was like, is that Rin talking in, or he's thinking of what Rin would say? And then I was like, I don't know. So like, this makes significantly more sense. Okay. I, Tuska Rin, have never had any hardships in my life, so I might not have the right to say it, but I believe in working hard and going through pain. It's wrong not to be compensated for your fights. That's why I'm angry at his uncompensated life, and most of all, I can't leave him be because if he ended up cursing his life. You're my servant, so I'm only going to do what I believe is right. I'm not as loose as Emiya Shiro, but I do have some things I cannot give up. I won't give it up no matter who's telling me so. That's right. That's why I decided. But as long as I'm his master, I will believe in my path like he used to. That's about all I can show to him. That's the only way I can repay him. It might have been meaningless, but still. I do it so that Archer, the one who lost his past, can realize that his life was something he can be proud of. I'm still thinking this is me.
Yeah, because she got captured. That's right, you took her.
The first things I notice after I wake up are the sensations in my limbs. They hurt and I cannot move them. I'm tied up. I'm sitting on a chair and slept in a bad position. Shut up. I don't want to admit it, but this is the worst possible situation. I can't do anything. My hands are behind the chair and restrained by something like handcuffs. It goes the same for my legs, and I can't even stand up. The handcuffs and the shackles are magic resistant. My magic circuit is so messed up that I can't even create magical energy. Now that I've checked my situation, I survey my surroundings. It's cold. This room made of stone has no heater, and it is a ruin that hasn't been used in a while. It's dark outside the window. From the looks of it, I think it's around 10 o'clock at night. So, what do you intend to do, Archer? I glare into the darkness. By the pillar, the knight in red is sitting on a pile of rubble.
It's nothing. You're just bait to lure out Emiya Shiro. You should know that.
Shiro would come even if I'm not here. You should know that.
You're right, but it would be inconvenient if you're there with us. I'll have you stay quiet here until the matter's settled.
Archer says so without appearing in front of me. There's no sign of his previous friendliness. He is a calm, cleaner now. I see, so you will kill Shiro no matter what?
Yes, such a soft person should die.
He answers as a matter of course. I can only see the shadowed side of his face from here. His expression is cold and he looks like he has a mask on. That makes me seriously angry. I know without being told that Shiro's soft. I breathe in. It'll end once I say this. My Archer will never return once I say this. I take a breath and glare at the guy in the shadows. But I love that soft part of him. He should be like that. I'm saved by having a guy like him. But what about you? You went so far, but you think that holding a selfish ideal is wrong? You fought over and over for other people. You got betrayed over and over. You were forced to clean up after them over and over. Were you disgusted with humans after that, Archer? I get even more angry as I speak, and I'm screaming it out now. Archer doesn't answer. The face in the shadow is a face I've never seen before.
You cannot save everyone. When I heard this from the man I believed could save anyone, I felt resistance. Look, Shiro. A superhero can only save the people he is sided with. I didn't like those words either. I didn't want the superhero himself to say these things. Since that time, Miyashiro's whole life may have been focused on overturning those words. There's no need for sacrifices. Nobody will get hurt if you work hard and do your best. My father should have yearned for that as well. So, yeah, I'm relieved. He can't look away from his last moment. Tosuka told me such a life is unnatural. I know. I realized that a long time ago. There's no world where nobody gets hurt. Nor can one seek happiness without hurting others. Such a utopia doesn't exist anywhere in this world. Miyashiro's search for superheroism is just hypocrisy. There's nothing at the end of helping people. So, I know that without being told. It is a false life that can save neither yourself nor others. Yeah. Even if it may be true, I won't let you say it. I don't care if anyone other than him denies it. But I won't let him say it. We have the same beginnings, and even if I may eventually become like him, no, all the more if that is the case, that is why I have to deny him. As he doesn't approve of the former Miyashiro, I will not approve of him as long as I exist. Even if this dream may be a distorted one. If I believed in it, and if I'm going to believe in it, I wake up. I look at the clock right away and see it's 11 o'clock right now.
Oh, there's french fries in my mouth. I thought we'd have a dream about, you know, fire and whatnot.
Nah, it was just a cute dream. It's always one or the other.
Yeah. Are you awake, Shiro?
Sitting Japanese style, Saber greets me in a calm voice. It's been half a day since I came home from the church. She must have watched over me ever since I fainted. Yeah, I'm awake. My body's fine. I'm not tired. My headache's gone. I get up from the futon. My limbs are fine now. The magic circuit I overused is still exhausted, but it hasn't burned up.
Are you going, Shiro?
Saber suddenly asks. The answer's obvious, so I silently nod back.
I see. Then I shall go with you. But, Shiro, Rin is my master. It is my role to save her. I will stop Archer, so...
No, you got it backwards, Saber. I'll fight Archer. I interrupt Saber. She looks at me uneasily.
No, Shiro. Archer is your...
She hesitates to finish her sentence. I know. I've probably known who he was from the first time I met him. I've opposed him without reason from the first time we met. I stubbornly hated him, thinking I couldn't approve of him. It's natural. People can only look away when faced with their own mistakes. Yeah, but that's why I can't approve of him. I have to settle my score with him. I stand up. My body feels great. There's only half a day left until the deadline. I can't spend any more time resting.
Shiro.
I don't have any right to say this, but please, Saber. I'll fight Archer. Don't help me, no matter what happens. I bow as I ask Saber.
There is no need to act like that, Shiro. I shall obey if that is your wish. I have sworn to be your shield. I shall observe your fate until the very end.
Hey.
Oh, did I read a line that was yours?
No, I was... a joke because they said fate. It's dumb.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had messed up.
No,
Here, you want me to roll it back? I'll say the line again, and then you can say your joke.
No, it's okay. Her answer is perfect. Her clear voice sweeps away the uneasiness within me. Thank you. It's reassuring to know you'll be watching me.
Yes, I'm glad you are like that, Shiro.
She smiles back. Goldfish. We're prepared for departure now. We leave my house. Who would have thought I would go to that castle again? Oh,
Your
this is
boyfriend.
probably... Yeah. Hey! Oh, fuck. Hey! You guys aren't listening to me, right? Huh?
Huh?
We both turn around. Oh. Come to think of it, Lancer was still here.
Saber's
Oh.
face moved, but
Oh.
but I feel conflicted on this line.
Click.
Oh yeah, it's you.
Oh. You have more free time than I thought, huh? It just slips out. He must be self-conscious, as he doesn't try to retort.
Lancer, I do not know what you are planning, but there is nothing to gain from following us. Archer is a servant without a master. I do not think your master would want to defeat such a person.
I know. I have no intention of fighting Archer. You can rest assured that I won't butt in on the fight.
Then why are you going to come with us? If you want to settle the match with me, I can do it right here.
No, I'll pass on that. I have no intention of fighting against your master. Rather, I want to sell her some favors. I want her to be in debt to me. Saber glares at Lancer. And Lancer ignores her.
Okay, do as you wish. We can use all the help we can in saving Tosaka. Does she call her Tosaka? No, I feel like that's you.
Do as you wish is such a Saber way to say that too. No. Okay,
Yeah,
do as you wish. We can use all the help we can get in saving Tosaka.
Shiro, Lancer is an enemy. You cannot make such a rash decision.
That should be alright. He's twisted, but he won't lie. First of all, he's not the sneaky type. He'd come fight us straight on before he'd try to trick us.
That is true, but...
Well, I'll turn him down if you don't want to, but he'll follow us even if we let him be, so isn't it easier for us to have him near us where we can keep watch?
You are getting better at making excuses, Shiro.
Well, a lot has happened. It's been a long day.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's it, Lancer. We won't concern ourselves with you, and you don't bother us. Let's go together if that's fine with you. I say to the guy that's watching us with a smile. Good enough. Wow, you guys are a great combination. Saber's stubborn, so I'm glad you're more mature now.
That is not true. Shiro is the stubborn one. You do not know how much trouble I have been through.
What? Are you gonna tell me if I ask? Fine. We have some time till we get to the castle. Let's entertain ourselves on the road with your stories.
Why do I need to explain such a thing to you? You have nothing to do with this.
Saber roars at Lancer. Wow. I guess Saber doesn't get along well with Lancer. But I never thought Saber would get angry like Tosaka. Oh well, let's get going. We don't have time to be playing around. We have to get to the castle as quickly as possible.
Do we have a time limit?
Yeah. I leave the two and start walking.
Shiro, I'm not playing around!
She must still be mad, as she yells at me. Lancer follows us from a distance.
I will never get over when he's saying, when he agrees to the first truce with Lancer, and he's like, alright, but on one condition, and Lancer's like, alright, sure, let me hear it, and he's like, you can't get close to Rin, and he was like, oh yeah, why would you ask me something like, who's my master, when this is way more important?
Yeah. Lancer's a good shitter.
Oh god.
She's really good at like, yeah, alright, dumbass.
Okay.
It's midnight right now. I know how far the castle is from here. We should make it in time. We'll probably get there around dawn. We start to walk to the masterless old castle.
Went just directly into an interlude? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was weird that it did like that.
And we know this is me this time!
Yes, confident.
Alright, let me get close and finish eating. It is daybreak. The knight in red is leaning against a pillar and staring at his arm. Putting strength into his fingers, he makes a fist. His body is only half responding. Even heroic spirits cannot maintain their existence in this world without their masters. He still exists because of the special class ability of Archer, but he's almost at his limits. His remaining strength is not even a tenth of his original powers. His muscles are weak, and his body will slowly disappear if he loses focus. But there's no problem. Even if he has less than a tenth of his original power, it is enough to kill Emiya Shiro. Considering the difference in their abilities, this isn't even a handicap. Therefore, it will end once they fight. His one and only objective will be accomplished here. That's right. He has waited for this time. He has endured the endless repetition hoping for this chance. He has awaited a miracle that would not occur, a miracle with a probability close to 0. And his wish was granted. It is about to be granted. He does not care what awaits him afterwards. He will kill his own self with his own hands. The hopeless, futureless wish is what kept him going after he wore out. Okay. Was it long, or was it an instant? He is an existence that disappears after each summoning. His memory does not remain, no matter how many times he repeats the cycle. It only stays in his body as knowledge. Heroic spirits recognize other heroic spirits because of these accumulated facts. It's just like a book. Every time a heroic spirit is summoned, a book with its story is sent to its home. The heroic spirit itself remains in the house, reading those books. The trouble is that the one at the house does not know when those books arrived. Past or future does not matter. All the books are already in his room. His only way of measuring time is to read the records of his cleaning that he will accomplish. It makes no difference if it's eternal or instantaneous. Eternity is instantaneous and an instant is eternal. Therefore, he does not know how rare this miracle is. He does not know if this is the first time or the 1000th time since he obtained this hope. All he has is unordered knowledge. Past, present, and future are meaningless for heroic spirits.
Guessed, huh? I chose this place because I was told there would be no interruptions here.
The knight in red suddenly gets up. Did his ears hear the sound of the intruder? Footsteps echo through the silent castle. Shit, this could be anybody!
Oh, I have no clue who this is.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll and
I'll
see.
just... Okay. I can just do generic voice
Okay.
until... Wow, I'm surprised, Tetsuka. I was dubious, but you really are here.
A voice echoes. The rude intruder is a boy called Mato Shinji.
God damn it. I can do Shinji while you narrate if you want, but you're free to do both if you want to also.
You have to carry most of the weight during this, so we can keep me with Shinji.
Sure.
It's like when you have to do Archer, Emiya, and the narration.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon.
That's gonna be you real soon, so you rest your voice, buddy.
On that note.
Where's my emoji horns? Oh, don't do anything violent, okay? I don't have any business with you. You have no business with Tosca either, right? Then isn't it meaningless for us to fight here? Mato Shinji walks forward with light steps. He is looking at Tosca, who is tied up. The girl glares silently at the intruder. That must delight him. He licks his lips in satisfaction and walks to the girl. What an absolute shitter. What? Stared down by the knight, Mato Shinji looks up in annoyance. What, you want to fight me? Are you serious? You'd be no match for me. He smiles and turns back to the entrance. There stands a man with golden hair, the 8th servant, Gilgamesh. He is literally a disaster. The golden servant looks at the knight with cool eyes, but within them, the red eyes only show the intent to brutally kill the enemy in front of him. The knight in red is still silent. It makes no difference even if Mato Shinji appears or if the strongest servant is ready to attack him. The knight calmly stares at the uninvited enemies. You're scared, right? It's nothing to be ashamed of. He even killed Berserker. It's natural for you to be scared.
Do you want Rin, Mato Shinji?
Can't trade my life? Huh? Yeah, of course. There's no other reason for me to come to this castle.
I see. Then wait until this is over. I will give her to you after I kill Miyashiro. She is mine until then. Cannot be helped if you cannot compromise on that. It will be regrettable, but you will die here, Gilgamesh.
The knight's eyes remain on the golden servant as he speaks. Very funny, you fool. Were those words reason enough for the man to kill Archer? The golden servant identifies the knight in front of him as a target he must kill. Hold on, Gilgamesh. Don't be rash, and let's be smart. Come on, he says he's going to give her to me, so I'll let him. Archer doesn't have a master. I'm sure no master would make contract with a servant that had betrayed so many people, so he'll disappear if we let him be. I can take Tosaka after that. Mato Shinji smiles and stares at the knight in red. It looks as if he's enjoying the fate of the one who's about to disappear.
You're smart, Mato Shinji. That's an intelligent decision. You're a most fitting master, in a sense.
Oh, you show promise. How wasteful. I would have made a contract with you if you came to me. Stepping away from the knight, Mato Shinji claps his hands happily. But I'm sorry. I don't need any more servants. It's unfortunate, but you'll have to disappear.
You don't need to tell me. So what will you do? Will you fight me or wait until I disappear?
Yeah, I'll wait. We'll protect Tosaka until you kill Emiya. But, yeah, that thing is mine already, right? Then I can do anything to her, right? He stares at the knight. You're so used to it. It's so... He stares at the knight and Tosaka Rin with snake-like eyes. His words are to test the loyalty of the knight. To that.
I've promised Miyashiro that she won't be harmed, but that promise is over at dawn. You can do as you wish when the time comes.
The knight in red replies in an emotionless voice. This has to still be Shinji, right?
Yeah, surely.
Did you hear that, Tosaka? Your servant is selling off his master! Sneering laughter echoes in the dirty room. The knight exits as if he's not interested. Archer passes by Gilgamesh. Archer ignores his mocking gaze and walks into the hallway. At that instant... Faker. The King of Heroes says so as if despising him.
Faker? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my... I make you eat those words. It's a fun meme. Someone got it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's daybreak. There's less conversation as we make our way through the forest, and the silence gets heavier. I, Miyashiro, must fight that man when we get to the castle. There's no chance of victory, and a certain loss awaits. I know I'll just be killed once we start fighting. I'm not scared, but it's not because I prepared for it. If you talk about dying, that man's already dead. It's equivalent for Miyashiro to be dead the moment I figured that out. That being the case, I have no reason to worry. We go through the castle gate. Saber looks gloomy, maybe because she knows what kind of fight awaits us. What's troubling her is him and me. No matter who gets killed and who survives, the one to be eliminated is the same. Her desire to stop this ridiculous fight is causing her pain. Her eyes stare at the sky sharply, and maybe she's angry at the meaningless battle. The halls are ruined now. This place, covered with the morning mist, will become our place of death. You're finally here. You're late, Emiyashiro. A cold voice echoes. The familiar voice comes from the second floor. The man is standing at the top of the stairs, which are lit by the morning sun. His red outfit is far away, and his figure is hazy in the white glare. But I can see him. I can see my enemy in detail. That should be the same for the man with the hawk eyes. The servant with the role of archer given to him. He's an archer, but not an archer, and he's a contradictory existence that has many noble phantasms, yet carelessly destroys them. All his noble phantasms are duplications, and the fact that he's able to produce swords in infinite number is his noble phantasm. I was the only one who didn't realize his true identity. Heroic spirits are summoned from every age. If nobody from the past corresponds to him, then the heroic spirit must be from the future. I finally realize now, there shouldn't be two of that pendant. That pendant is... Yes, that is the pendant you held on to throughout your life after you were saved. It is the one and only memento of Tosaka Rin's father. It's impossible that two such pendants should exist. If Emiyashiro held onto the pendant throughout his life as he says, then... A catalyst is always needed to summon a heroic spirit. As when you summoned Saber, there has to be a connection between the summoner and the one summoned. Tosaka Rin did not have a catalyst to summon a heroic spirit. Therefore, she thought that she had no connection with the servant she summoned. But no heroic spirit is summoned by chance. A physical connection is absolutely necessary between the summoner and the heroic spirit. If he's right, there can only be one answer. If Tosaka didn't have a catalyst connected to Archer, then... Yes, it is when the heroic spirit has a catalyst connected to the summoner. The jewel is the only one of its kind. My life was saved, but I didn't know who saved me, so I held on to the pendant, which I thought belonged to my savior. That's the answer. If he has Tosaka's pendant, then there's only one person who he can be. Heroic spirit Emiya. The future me. The heroic spirit before me is Emiyashiro, who perfected his skills and made his ideal come true. The knight in red, Archer, looks down at me from the top of the stairs. There's no one around him. He's standing alone in this vast hall. Archer, where's Tosaka? I've left her somewhere in this castle. You should hurry if you're worried about her. You were late, so I gave her to Mato Shinji since he came earlier. What? I kept my promise with you. I will not harm her. But it does not concern me what other people do to her. But the result's pretty obvious. Mato Shinji feels hatred and lust towards Tosaka Rin. One does not need to think what he'll do to her. He might not be able to restrain himself if she provokes him, so he might be killing her right now. I get pissed off. How can he say such a thing so calmly? Oh, don't get impatient, kid. Leave that girl to me. I'll go save her. Huh? Lancer? It's an order from my master. My entire reason for joining you is to keep that girl from dying. Still, this was rather comfortable. I didn't feel bad yesterday. It's rare for me to like my job. With those words, Lancer ignores Archer and heads to the West Terrace. Lancer. Don't worry about it. I'm doing this out of my own interest. Well, I've been given many disgusting orders up to now, so at least follow through on this. You can concentrate on your own affairs. Okay, leaving Tosaka to you. He lightheartedly replies with a yes. Then Lancer stops and turns around as if he remembered something. Hey, what are you doing, Saber? You're coming too. Saber lowers her eyes painfully.
No, I will stay here, Lancer.
She stands next to me and replies, unlike a servant. Are you serious? That girl's your master now, right? You should be protecting your master.
I understand that, but I still would like to stay here. I need to watch over this fight.
Fine, do as you wish. Lancer leaves. He easily jumps up to the terrace and disappears into the passageway. Archer doesn't do anything. It's as if he's saying Tosaka's useless now. I step over the rubble and walk forward. I'm heading to the center of the room, at the foot of the stairs. Forcing down her emotion, Saber stands still to watch over our battle. You won't do anything, huh? That's good. If Saber interrupts me right now, I'll have broken my contract with Rin for nothing. You can hear Saber's hesitation. Saber takes a quick breath and replies to the man at the top of the stairs.
I will not interfere. I will not do anything during your battle with Shiro.
Very good. I can kill him at ease.
Yes, please answer me before that. Why are you trying to kill Shiro?
There's nothing to explain. Just as he cannot approve of me, I too cannot approve of him.
It cannot be true. You are Shiro. You are the ideal of Emi as Shiro, the one who became a hero. So why are you trying to kill yourself?
Why do you think? The hero called Emi and the inexperienced Emi Ashiro are two separate beings. We cannot exist at the same time unless that is the case.
That is because you became a servant. I heard that guardians can be summoned into the age in which they live since they are not bound but to the time axis. You are Shiro. You should be the personification of his ideal. The person he became after much hard work. So why?
She finishes in a broken voice.
Why are you so different?
Not responding, he starts down the stairs. He cannot answer that question. If he were able to, he would not be fighting here.
Archer.
Saber steps forward to confront Archer. It's fine, Saber. Just step back. I stop her with my hand and keep her at the entrance.
But Shiro.
I appreciate it, but talking's useless. From the very beginning, his objective has been to kill me. Saber bites her lip in frustration. Saber stares at me, then at Archer.
Why, Archer? I do not understand. I heard that guardians are ones who become heroic spirits after their deaths in order to protect people. So why are you trying to kill yourself?
Guardian? No, Guardian? Maybe something she said got through to him. He stops and looks down at Saber without emotion. You're wrong, Saber. Guardians are not ones that protect the people. They're only cleaners. They're definitely not the heroes I once wished to become. His voice sounds different. Hatred and scorn fill it now.
Archer.
I did become a hero. I became a superhero, just as Emi Ashiro had wanted. A superhero. Someone who won't harm anyone. Someone who will not retreat no matter what disaster he may face. Someone who can save everyone. Someone Emiyashiro wanted to become. And that man became such a person?
Archer?
Yes, I certainly did save some people. I've made many ideals come true, and I've saved the world from danger several times. A hero. I did reach the place I dreamed of for so long.
You became a hero. Then Shiro was rewarded, right? At the very least, you made Emiyashiro's ideal come true. Then you should not have any regrets. Shiro was able to make his wish come true.
There's no conviction in her voice. She already knows. She knows that she's only voicing her own wish. Make his wish come true, huh? I certainly did become a superhero, just like in my ideal. But all I obtained in the end were regrets. All that was left was death. I killed and killed and killed. I killed many people to act on my ideal. I killed so many that I stopped caring about innocent people, and I saved 1,000 times as many as I killed. Saber stares at Archer, speechless. She looks like someone who saw her own mirror image. Yes, I don't know how many times I've repeated the cycle. I fought as often as requested, and I fought with my life in danger whenever I knew there was a conflict. I fought many times, so many times that I can't even remember now. It can't be helped, right? No matter who I save, there are always people who will perish. No matter how many conflicts I resolve, new conflicts are always created. A superhero has to keep existing as long as conflict exists. Who did he direct that to? The knight slowly descends the stairs and recounts his past. That's why I killed. I trampled on dozens of wishes to save one person. I ignored even more people to save those I trampled over. I killed scores of people, rescued only those in front of me, and destroyed many more wishes. I kept being stubborn, saying that it'll end this time, that everyone would become happy. But it never ended. Conflicts come into my view as long as I'm alive. It was endless. I didn't dream of a world without conflicts. I just wanted people in my view not to cry. That's definitely my own wish. My vision expands after I save one. 10 after 1, 100 after 10. How many was it after 100? At that time, I finally realized that Emiyashiro's ideal was just a convenient fantasy.
Why is that?
Don't ask for the obvious, Saber. You should have experienced the same thing many times already. You can't save everyone. I assume it was a daily routine for you to sacrifice a few people to save the country. The quiet voice rendered powerless to object. The words of the Red Knight are Saber's darkness as well. Yes, the seats are limited. There are always fewer seats called happiness than there are people to fill them. Since you can't save everyone, someone will have to be sacrificed. And I quickly killed the ones that would eventually fall out to minimize the damage. This is what it means to be that boy's vision of the ideal superhero. The wish for nobody to become sad? The desire to save as many people as possible. When the two coexist and contradict each other, there's only one solution. The only people a superhero can save are the people he sides with. If one is to lose everything by trying to save everything, it is correct to sacrifice one to save more. A superhero should save many people, right? That's why I killed. I prayed for no one to die, but I killed one to save many. I said I wouldn't have anyone sad, but I brought despair to a few in the dark. And in time, I got used to it. To protect my ideal, I kept going against it. I only saved the people I tried to save and quickly killed the people who opposed me. I allowed someone to be sacrificed to keep protecting my ideal. That is the true identity of the hero Emiya. See, don't you think such a guy should die? That's right. The only ones a superhero can save are people he sides with. But who was it that defied those words?
That is a lie. Even if that happened, you would have protected your ideal by choosing yourself to be that someone.
The knight stops for a second. A frown crosses his face.
You did not go against your ideal. You only lost your path because you were betrayed by the ideal you protected. You would not think of killing yourself to atone for the sins unless that were the case.
His ironic smile disappears. After coldly staring at Saber. Ha! Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! He starts laughing like a madman. As if it's the funniest thing he's heard. Ha ha ha! Wow! That is great! Atone for my sins? Don't be stupid, Saber. I have no sins to atone for, nor have I forced such a meaningless concept on anyone. The knight looks completely calm. He spoke in a small voice, but his laughter echoes through the hall. Yeah, you're right, Saber. I was certainly betrayed and deceived many times. I've been accused by the exact person I saved. After giving my all to stop a conflict, I was accused of being its cause and was executed in the end. See, if I had any sins to atone for, I've already done so, right?
What? Impossible, Archer. You cannot mean your end is...
Ha, so that was it. But I didn't care about that. From the start, I didn't do these things to be appreciated. I had no intention of being praised as a hero. I just wanted a result where everybody would be happy. But such a wish never came true. Not within my lifetime, nor after my death. He has stopped laughing. There's only hatred in his voice now. Guardians are a colorless force that places humanity's survival before anything. The powers are in the heavens, and the Guardians appear in this world only when there's a chance of human extinction. I knew they were just slaves. I knew that people who become Guardians are removed from the circle of reincarnation, become like nothingness. But I did not care so long as I could save people. Emiya Shiro could not fulfill his oath. So, I thought it would be fine if I could become a Guardian to take part in stopping humanity's destruction. But it's actually different. Guardians do not save people. All they do is clean up after humans. They take what has been done and nullify it with their powers. They do not save people. All they do is eliminate harmful people without distinction of good or evil. They do not save people in despair. Instead, they eliminate people in despair in order to save others who are enjoying life. It's so ridiculous. How am I different from before? There's no difference. There was just more despair. He relied on a greater power since his powers alone were not enough. But it ended up being the same. He thought the power would make his wish come true, but it only made him do the same things on a greater scale.
Archer, you've repeated such a thing forever?
I got used to it. Humans repeat things. The strong feed on the weak, regardless of what age we're talking about. And I came to realize that's the most efficient way to prosper. Yes, I watched it over and over. Meaningless massacres, meaningless equality, meaningless happiness. I was forced to look at them even when I refused to. As a Guardian, I have no free will. I am called by the people only to take care of the crime people have created. That is where he ended up. A being that repairs the damage caused by human desire. Guardians don't save people, rather they eliminate those who cannot be saved as if they never existed. Over and over. For many times he saw people nearly destroy themselves through their own actions, and he burned them down like trash each time. Save as many people as possible. The man became a hero with that one wish, but in the end he couldn't make it come true even once. That's right. This is wrong. This is not what I wished for. I did not become a guardian for this. His anger is probably directed at himself. What is standing there is a worn-out corpse. The hero Emiya is doomed to always see the ugliness of those he wanted to save. He grew to hate them in the end. He grew to hate humans for repeating conflicts. He grew to hate himself for thinking that humans are sacred. I don't want to clean up after people, but as long as I'm a guardian, there's no way for me to escape this cycle. Save one exception. Murderous intent flares in his cold eyes. He isn't looking at Saber. There's only one objective for Archer, to kill his own self. But even if he dies, the real body of Emiya, who's in the place outside of the cycle and not bound by time, won't disappear. There's no elimination for Guardians. They are nothing to start with. It's meaningless to kill something that's not part of the real world. But there's one way for him to disappear. If someone who's to become a hero is killed before he becomes a hero, that hero will never come into existence. Therefore,
Are you going to kill Shiro here with your own hands?
yes, I kept waiting for this chance. It was a possibility close to zero. But I staked everything on it. I could not contain myself unless I believed in it. While I acted as a guardian, this was the one hope that kept me going.
That is meaningless, Archer. You have already become a guardian, so it is too late. Even if you kill Emiya Shiro, who is yet to become a hero, you yourself will not disappear.
That may be true, but there's still a chance, however small. Just altering the past might not be enough, but the paradox will be even greater if I'm the one to do it. If the distortion is large enough, a hero called Emiya will disappear here. And Saber, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm not looking for results now. I'm just taking my anger out on a kid called Emiya Shiro, the one who'll become a clown as a result of his stupid ideal.
Called you a fucking clown.
And the knight in red comes down to the hall. Only Archer and I stand in the hall filled with rubble. There's nothing separating us. The reason is simple. He wants to kill me, and I just want to beat him up because I don't like him. I walk to the center of the hall. I won't be able to back out once I take a few more steps. But before that...
Archer, do you regret your actions? Oh.
Archer, do you regret your actions? There's one thing I have to ask him. Of course, No, you should not have become a superhero. He spits those words out. And that dispels my last doubts. I see. Then we are two different people. What? I'll never regret my path. I won't regret it, no matter what may happen. So, I'll never approve of you. If you say you're my ideal, I'll destroy such an incorrect ideal with my own hands. That's how I've been living up to now. I've always believed that I'm right. As he says, I'm sure it's full of false courage and distortion. I've lost more than I've gained. But that's all the more reason why. I can't withdraw for the sake of things I've lost. I walk forward. My circuits already started sketching the blueprint in my mind. That way of thinking is the cause of all this. There'll come a time when you'll reach me. There won't be such a time. It'll never come. Oh, does that mean you'll be killed here before that happens? I take a step towards my enemy. We're close enough to strike at each other. We don't have any weapons. We confront each other empty-handed. And Miyashiro is not a swordsman. We are beings that create swords. Then,
No, I'm really afraid to scroll forward.
I mean, if they start a swing, it's fine. So it seems you understand. Yes, to fight against me is to compete in projection. The twin swords appear in his hands. That night, the simple twin swords I admired in the Ryudo Temple, rare swords that a legendary craftsman made at the price of his wife. Trace on. Oh, is that Shiro doing it? Fuck. Trace on! I activate the completed blueprint and reproduce the twin swords using my image. What a bad job. The twin swords I once thought were perfect are too unprecise compared to his. An inferior illusion will become a delusion. Probably. My swords will shatter and disappear when they crash against his. I take another step. Crunch. The rubble crunches under my foot. That serves as the signal.